Well, hello, welcome to the Palais Omnisport de Bercy in Paris. It's quarter-finals day in the 2007 Women's Handball World Championships. Two have already been played. Germany and Russia are through, but now it's the turn of Korea against Norway. The winner of this match will go on to play Germany in the semi-final on Saturday. Huge excitement in the hall. Korea handed an absolute lifeline in the main group when it looked like they were going out of the competition. On the last day of the main round, they had beaten Hungary. They did what they had to do, but Spain, in the very last game of the main round, were up against Poland, a team well within their measure, and Spain were big favourites to win it. But somehow, they allowed Poland to beat them. Even a draw would have been enough to put Spain through. Instead, though, it was Korea who took the fourth and last qualifying place in that main round, Group 2, behind Romania, Germany and Hungary. Bitter disappointment for the Spaniards, but it means that here today we have the Koreans joining us. A Korea, of course, Asian champions, runners-up in the Olympic Games in 2004 after an epic final against Denmark. And here, hoping to cause more surprises, they've had an up-and-down run. 4 wins and 3 losses so far. Norway, well, they've won 6 matches, losing just once against France in the last match of the main round. So the Norwegian team being introduced. There's Kari-Mette Johansen. Katja Nyberg, left back. Amot, the right winger, very experienced. Powerful black back player, Snorrogen. Thanks for Bjersen. Nyberg, good on fast breaks. Plays on the line, but predominantly used in defence. Brevang again used a lot in defence, but plays right back as well occasionally. The captain of the team, Gro Hammerseng, plays centre or left back. Kari-Mette Johansen, left winger. Edison, the goalkeeper. Frafjord, the line player, just 22 years of age. Katrine Haraldsen, her 100th international, a presentation being made to the goalkeeper. You may know her, she was married recently, may know her more under her maiden name, Katarina Lunde. Now plays a handball in Viborg. Today, great honour for her 100th cap. Lin Sulang, right winger. Rigelhut, right back. Quick on the break as well. And Horsecker finally plays right back or right wing. Happy either way, very versatile. That's Norway then. There's the trainer, Marit Breivik. Norway, who've been European champions for the last 2 championships, 2006 and 2004. But only finished 9th in the World Championships 2 years ago in St. Petersburg. So now to the Korean team. Youngran Oh, the goalkeeper, borne the brunt of the keeping duties. Woo Soon-hee plays a handball in Romania for Rumentul. Kim Una. Ko Sun-young, line player. That was Ang Chung-hwa, right winger. Kim Namsun, relative newcomer to the squad. Kim Cha-yul, line player, plays a club handball in Europe for Hippo Niederösterreich, the Austrian champions, along with Oh Seong-ok in the picture now, who's a playmaker. Chung-hee Park, right wing. Lee Sang-eun plays for Navarra in Spain. She's a left back. That's Lee Min-hee. Choi Im-jong plays in Denmark at the moment for Aarhus. He's the right back. And finally, Moon Pil-hee, veteran of the Olympic Games in 2004. I've got quite a few of the squad here. It's a very experienced squad. There's just a smattering of young players coming through. And there's the trainer, Lee Jung-chul. He took over the team this year. Referees for today, well, a bit of home interest. Gilles Borde and Olivier Buy of France. A very experienced pairing to take care of this third quarter-final here today. Of course, everyone getting very excited here in the hall, waiting for the next quarter-final as well, France against Romania. But we're going to start now with the national anthem, starting with Norway. Now the national anthem of Korea.
Republic of Korea.
Well, with Angola being defeated by Germany in the first quarter-final today, Korea, the last non-European team still in the competition here, hoping to fly their colours in through to the semi-final. They have to overcome still the European champions Norway to do that. And it's going to be, I think, a very interesting game played at fast pace. The Norwegians like a quick game. Here's confirmation of the results so far. Germany beat Angola 36-33 in the first game, and then just before this one, that amazing quarter-final, Russia edging out the Hungarians 36-35. Here's the lineup then for Norway. Haraldsson, we just saw getting a 100th cap, the goalkeeper. Absolutely brilliant on her day. Look at also for Carolina Breivang, the right back, very strong in defence. Kåre Hammerseng, the captain, number 10. 30 goals so far in the competition. There's Marit Breivik, their coach, a very calm person, just gets the best out of her players without great excitement. Korea, for their part, they have a few players now playing in Europe. Woo Sun-hee, number 2, plays for Rulmentul in Romania. She's the right winger. And, of course, Kim Cha-yoon and Oh Seong-ok, 9 and 10. The line player and the centre player both play for the Austrian champions. Hugely experienced, 105 caps for Oh Seong-ok. And there's Lim Jung-chul, the new coach. Let's see how he gets on. It's going to be quite an interesting game. The Koreans are going to push the pace. It's more whether the Norwegians can control that earlier on. There's Breivang, only 8 goals, but it's in defence. She's going to really be worth her weight in gold. Surly Lubeck, 24 goals so far, but 83% success rate. Absolutely outstanding. There's Oh Yong-ran, 35 years of age, 105 caps. A 38% success rate so far. She's been carrying the brunt of the goalkeeping. And Oh Seong-ok, 35 years of age. She's one of the two playing for Hypo Niederösterreich in Austria. She's played at every Olympic game since 1996 for Korea. Most of these players weren't involved with the squad, of course, when Korea last won the World Championships in 1995. The best they've done since then was third in 2003, the year that France won it ahead of Hungary. So for both these teams, great opportunities. Norway, of course, themselves were world champions in 1999, runners-up in 2001, but since then they haven't managed to repeat the result or get the medal. So it's going to be Norway to throw off in the all-red strip. Korea are playing in all blue, and the referees are ready. Here we go then. The third quarter-final gets underway here at Bercy in Paris. And the Koreans have been playing effectively a 0-6 defence. You'll see them all standing at the 9-metre. They push one player back when the line player comes in. She has to stay close to her. That's her job. And that's an important task given to Hu Sun-young. That's a barging mistake right up front by Elsmart Sørli-Lübeck. Attacker's foul. Gives the ball back to Korea. Quiet start by both teams, trying to get their bearings here. Norway starting with a 6-0 defence. Oh, trying to surprise everyone, looking the other way and lobbing the ball into the line, but unfortunately missed the line player as well. Penalty. More to the point, though. Choi Im-chung down injured. Let's have a look at this again. Took a blow. Can't quite see as she comes in now. Oh, dead leg. It's her left thigh. Took the blow. She came in to join it. Or Hammerseng, anxious to get on with a penalty, loitering over her at the 7-metre line, backs off in the end. Choi Im-chung, who plays for Aarhus in Denmark at the moment, signed up from the Korean champions Daegu in the summer. Well, taken very quickly, and Gro Hammerseng gets the first goal of the quarter-final. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Koreans are going to accelerate the pace very quickly. Oof, surely that's got to be a yellow card. Sørli-Lübeck. Uncompromising defence by the Norwegians, which the Koreans will try to break down with a lot of pace. Come off the post, gone out the far side. It's a throw-in. First miss for Woo Soon-hee, veteran of the Olympic final in 2004, which they lost after double extra time and penalties to the Danes. And Gro Hammerseng again, this time breaking through to 6 metres. 2-0. Marit Bøjvang looking happy. Korean still struggling to get some pace going and some rhythm between all of them. They've broken through a few times, but each time it's been saved by Haraldsen. And away come Norway on the break. Oh, lots of space. Great pass from Hammerseng, and the celebrations at both ends of the court as Ragnhild Amott she, along with quite a few of the Norwegian national team players, play their club handball in Denmark. Still, they can't break through at the moment. 3-0 after 3 minutes. Oh Seong-ok just can't quite marshal her troops around her. They keep on trying to force from the wing, this time well over the line. But the angles are very close for the wing shots. Even Woo Soon-hee, with all her undoubted talent, can't quite cut in and open up the angle that much. Free throw. Well, Korea Really a mixed World Championship so far. They, in the preliminary rounds, they won, as you would expect them, against Paraguay. And then the Ukraine, which could have been a tough game, won it by just a single goal. Got beaten by Germany. It's off the woodwork. Chance for Korea to bring the ball up. But in the main round, they won 2 and lost 2. Penalty. Pushed by Katja Nuber. She gets a yellow card for her troubles. A chance then after 4 minutes for the Koreans maybe to get on the scorecard. Small shove. It was enough there on Lee Sang-yoon. So it's going to be Lee Sang-yoon who's going to take the penalty herself. Haraldsen right back in the goal. In theory, you have more time to react. The problem is you're offering a bigger goal. It's a trade-off. If you come forward, penalty taker sees less of the goal, but you have less time to react. Simple as that. Nicely into the wing again, and they've opened up a good angle. Attempted lob, though, comes off the woodwork, and back come the Koreans. Very quiet when they play, not a lot of talking going on. Building up slowly, the Norwegians sitting back, 6-0 defence at the moment, not too troubled. No way through for Woo Soon-hee, moves the ball back out again. Passive play is being warned, they're going to lose it soon, well they have anyway. Stolen by the Norwegians, the break is on. And no mistake by Omot. Scores her second. The score moves on relentlessly. 4-1. Oh, well taken, and I think we may have a 2-minute suspension. Breivang, I'm afraid it's an occupational hazard with Breivang. She's an uncompromising defender and usually gets peppered with quite a few. Look at that, ran around the back of Bo Hammerseng because she couldn't get around the front, inside the area, and then a good shove. I'm afraid the 2 minutes was going to be a definite conclusion of that action. 4-2 the score. Norway, though, a player short for the next 2 minutes. It's interesting, though, they're still even putting in a line player when they're short-handed. They've lost possession, though, on a technical error. Oh, up the woodwork, comes out again. Haraldsen didn't have to do anything. Disappointment for the Koreans. They went out on the break. And Chung-hwa, who plays for the champions of Korea, Daegu. Oh, that's interesting. They've taken out their goalkeeper because their player short. The goal is completely empty down the far end of the court. And instead they've put in Fafjord on the line. If they lose possession, as they might do now, with the passive play being warned, they've swapped and the goal's open. And Haraldsen was able to come on court and mop up the ball, which means they can try again. She's coming off. Fafjord will go back on again. They've done this before. Norway tried this at the European Championships last year to great effect. It surprised teams who evidently thought they were defending with an extra player, and it took them a while to register the fact, even though the players obviously got a different coloured bib on, that they were up against one extra player. But they only did it occasionally, just like now. They've got a chance to do it again, but they're not going to try it now. And Haraldsen is staying in goal. Back they come on the break, the Koreans. Too many steps. Possession goes back to Norway. Hammerseng on the break. Shields the ball beautifully. She could see Seong-ok trying to slap the ball. Snatched it away. Look at this here. She holds it to her left. There. Superb. Small technical aspects, but it makes a difference. Celebrations on the bench, including Anette Johansson there in the centre of the picture. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. And Breivang, who's only just come back on again, is back off for 2 minutes. She looks surprised, but I'm afraid that was a very rash and stupid challenge when you've already been sent off for 2 minutes. 8 minutes into this quarter-final, and she's already on her second suspension. Look at this. I mean, patently she's going to be sent off for that. Kim Jin-soo. So, penalty it is. And Lee Sang-yoon plays for Navarra in Spain. No mistake there, and they're clawing their way back slowly. Having gone 3-0 down, there's Breivang. Sometimes just too rash, and you can see now this 0-6 defence that the Koreans have really perfected here at the World Championships. It's interesting to see how the Norwegians are going to make their way over it. Oh, a little bit of a Mexican standoff there between Lee Sang-yoon and Go Hammerseng. And again, the Norwegians have put in an extra player. This time, Snorøgen has come in. She's gone in on the line. Nearly got it. The goal's empty. But for a second, they weren't going to realise it. I've seen that happen before, where players struggle to get the ball up court, not realising that all they've got to do is lob it the full length of the court. Snorøgen's going to stay on. So still, Norway not short-handed in attack, but obviously have an empty goal at the back. They've given up now. They don't last very long, these attacks, when they put in the extra player, Norway. They'll try it for about 30 seconds. If it doesn't work then they just swap back and put the goalkeeper back in again. Passive play is being warned. They can't get through the defence at the moment. Good play by the Koreans, and they've lost the ball, Norway. On a break. And they've scored. Well, superb play. And it's all coming as a result of good defending for Korea at the moment. This 0-6 defence causing all kinds of problems. Of course, Norway's short-handed. And they pushed the ball up on the break. And great excitement on the bench as well. Norway back to full strength. They're taking time to get a replacement on, and it is going to be Snorøgen is going to come on, the back player. Nicely taken. Well, she hasn't been on long, Snorøgen. She gets it. The score there. We've just gone past the 10-minute mark. Korea took a while getting into this game. 3-0 down. Mind you, they'll take some comfort from Angola, who went 6-1 down in the first 5 minutes. Passive play is being warned. The African side, Angola, 7-1 down, came back and got to within 2 and were just 2 behind for a lot of the second half before Germany then pulled away again. So it just goes to show you've got to stay calm. Plenty of time in handball. That's going to be a throw for the goalkeeper. Haraldsson's got it out quickly, and if they keep going now, they have the extra player. Oh, stolen the ball back. Choi Im-chong just coming back from the last break. Both teams cutting out each other's fast breaks. This time it was Haraldsson, quick to come out and stop the long pass. Very deep defence by the Koreans. It takes quite some getting used to when you play against them. Strong defending there. Koo Sun-young gives away a free throw. Yes, nicely worked, but when Woo Sun-hee lost her balance, Kavimeta Johansson had a lot of space. It's also how quickly she shot. She didn't wait, she didn't hang around, just blasted it straight into the goal. Stolen the ball again, Norway. Katja Nyberg staying back, just trying to be available to keep the ball moving around. Some of the other players are getting in a bit too much. First right smile by Lee Sang-yoon, who knew she had a chance there to steal the ball. Just moved too late. She's out again. They're marking Go Hammer-seng, a good shove on her. Apologises, but sooner or later I think she's going to end up getting at least a 2-minute suspension. Oh, superb individual effort, but I'm not sure whether the goalkeeper, Lin Min-hee, even got a touch to it. We've got an injury though. Lee Sang-yoon is down. You see her going down in the left-hand side of the picture. She's only just got up again. Seems to be okay. Heading back again. Slow build-up. They've got a second-line player in, trying to make space. Right through. Oh, the defence just fell apart. Norway as ever take the throw very quickly. They're just one ahead now. It was Lee Sang-yoon, Spanish-based player, scored that one. It's got Korea back to within 1 goal. Free throw. Looking for the line players, missed it. The break is on now. The Norwegians have been practicing though the last few days, really getting back very, very quickly as they have to. Covered the break initially, but they hadn't picked up enough on the right-hand side. And Woo Sung-young breaks over, or overlaps rather, on the right-hand side. And they're level, almost on the dot of 15 minutes played. Hammer-seng breaking through. Penalty. I wonder if it's going to be a 2-minute suspension. It was a very high hold, I thought. Sun-young tries not to look behind, just wanders off. It was a good save, mind you, from the goalkeeper. So a chance for Linn Kristin Rigelhut, the 23-year-old who plays for Larvik, Norwegian champions. Planted, bottom right, no problem there. Norway back in front again. Visibly decided where she was going to blast it, and she just went for it. Celebrations from Suland on the bench. They're beginning to up the tempo, Korea. A bit more pace to their attack. It's taking a while, but it's coming now. Nice breakthrough. Choi Im-chung. It's clever play. Very good play indeed by Frafjord. She dropped out. She went back to the 9-meter line as Go Hammer-seng was driving in deliberately so that Hammer-seng would suck in the defenders. Look at that. And then she drives back in. 9-8. There's a 2-minute suspension for Korea. Oh Seong-ok. Push on Frafjord that she was trying to go through. Seen her sent off. Oh, terrible shot. The giveaway. Haraldsen moves the ball up quickly. Oh, got in each other's way. Snorøgen trying to catch a ball that wasn't destined for her. And she just knocked it out of play. On paper, the way they've been playing, Norway certainly favourites, but the Koreans, of course, Olympic silver medalists, have the ability to surprise, and a different style of play to European teams often causes problems. More Hammerseng on the break. Fourth goal from 4 attempts. The captain leading by example. The advantage of the fact that Korea is still short-handed. Another 35 seconds before they come in. Trying to make up for the loss of the line player by putting in the winger. At the moment it's An Chung-hwa, I think, has gone in, but went in a bit too hard. And it's an attacker's foul. Norway have possession again. And if they can make a quick attack here. So a change of personnel at the back. Rigelhout has now come into the attack. Number 18 ran in a little too early there. Nearly stole it. Oh, Hammerseng unstoppable at the moment. A 5th goal, 100% record. Look at that, just turned the defender, offered the ball to the right. An effort really to slow down Choi In-chong before driving through and bouncing the ball in under Lee Min-hee. And that's the reaction. Kim Jin-soo says it all. So Korea back to full strength. It's been a costly 2-minute suspension with 3 goals scored. Just can't get a range at all. Woo Soon-hee tempted to take the shots from the angles which are too closed. Horseka has also come into the attack into the right wing. Kachanube will go off. Horseka is on. And another change for Norway. Anette Johansen has come in at left back. Anette Johansen, who was nursing a sore ankle yesterday, missed training here in the Bercy arena. Goes all the way through. It's an attacker's foul. The first action, she runs straight into defenders. Just showing that she means business. And the timeout has been called by Kim Jin-chu, Korean trainer, just concerned, I think, that they shouldn't lose contact here. They were 3-0 down early on, but they closed the gap and got level at one point, and now all of a sudden they're 3 behind again. It all happened so quickly in the space of that 2-minute suspension. Kim Jin-soo gathers his players. Very calm approach always by Marit Breivik. Stark contrast to some coaches at the World Championships. Some of the moments from the quarter-final so far. So we get underway again. 10 minutes remaining in the first half, and Norway at the moment having the better of it. Oh, off 2 posts, and it's still stayed out. And Woo Soon-hee has yet to get herself any reward, I'm afraid. 1 goal from 4 attempts so far. Rigelhout is back on again. She's not being used in defence at the moment at the right back. To Hervin got a hard shot, but got in a bit too close to the defence to get a runner at it. Rigelhout tries it. Well, I think her arm was kind of blocked. It wasn't the intended direction. It almost flicked the ball out of her hand involuntarily. That's it from this angle here. And as it just bounced out after that strike. And he goes through and beats Oh Yong-ran, who's just taken over from Lee Min-hee. Oh Yong-ran, the most experienced of the keepers with the Korean team here, with 105 international matches to her name. And forced error there. Korea just struggling to get the rhythm going. And the crowd getting a little bit impatient. Lack of action, in their opinion. And again, again an attacker's foul. This time Guril Snögeren. Still the Koreans are struggling. Almost as if they hadn't played together before. Rigelhut has come all the way out now and he's individually marking Moon Pil-hee. Struggling so much that they've even taken off Oh Seong-ok, their most experienced player. There's a long pass, too long, unfortunately. Back come Korea. Chance now, maybe. Looking for the line player, can't get the ball through, I'm afraid. It's painfully slow at the moment. Korea haven't scored for 6 minutes. Well, that's the third attempt. Anette Johansson gets on the score sheet, 13-8. Korea need to find some ideas at the moment because they're running out otherwise. Big problem is they need a few shots from the back. The defense is sitting tight at 6 meters waiting for them. They're not coming out. The only way they're going to do that is to get a few jump shots going. It's not a trademark of the Korean play, though, which is rather faster. And again, they're doing the hard work. They get through as they did just then to 6 meters, and then Kim Ona, and not just her, are then missing what should be shots they could finish off with. Fast break. And finally, An Chung-hwa, 26-year-old scores. It's been nearly 8 minutes since they last scored. Timeout has been called by Marit Breivik. As you see that last goal. It's been a killer blow, really, for the Koreans, who now trail by 4. See what Marit Breivik has to say.
Kontra kan vi kjøre, men det skal være knallsikkert. Hele gjengen. Opp ned. Angrep.
내가 받아주라고, 받아줘.
Well, Kim Jin-soo trying to stay calm about things at the moment. They're always very organised. The Koreans always have plays that the players have to work to. The Scandinavian teams, on the other hand, tend to have plays that leave you with a number of options, and then you choose how you finish it off. With the Koreans, it's a lot of it is both coaches there showing what they need out of the players, and in some cases explaining what they're not happy about in the game so far. 13-9 then the score. We have just over 6 minutes remaining in the first half. European champions at the moment, comfortably on top of the Asian champions. The line player going over the line. Korea get possession. Again, if their passing was better. That's nicely done. A bit of spin by Moon Pil-hee. Ran her hand over the top of the ball. Just curled ever so slightly around Haraldsson, the goalkeeper. But if the pass had been better, I just had a little bit more time to react. Well, still only 3 goals in it. Oh, that's 2-minute suspension. Moon Pil-hee sent off after that push on Hosaka. Hosaka, who just missed the chance though to break in and score. She ran out, and I think only then realised that the space was there. By the time she got back, Moon Pil-hee crashed into her. Well, at least they got the extra player now for the next 2 minutes. Oh, superb pass. Oh, up the woodwork. They still have possession, though. Karimette Johansson just managed to hang on to it. was telegraphed by Hammerseng, cut out by Woo Soon-hee. Well, had she landed? She delayed her shot so long, it looked suspiciously like she was inside when the ball left her hand. There was the pass, telegraphed somewhat, picked out. Woo's away. No, I guess I'm wrong. It looked like it had left just before she landed. Into the wing, still possession with Norway. Playing at a good pace here. Well, oh, Yong-ran all over the place there, going out and wide. Quite sure what bit of the goal she was trying to cover. And at 171, she offered a good target to be lobbed. 14-11, 4 minutes remaining. Korea still short-handed for another 30 seconds or so. That's a surprise. Korea pick up the loose ball. If only they had even just one jump shooter at the back, it would open up a few more options. Still nothing. Look to the referee. It seemed that An Chung-hwa thought she was fouled as she went in. Well, the French referee saw it. Oh, tried to get to the... I was going to say pass to the wing. It looked so difficult from where she was, but she managed it in the end. Ball went into the side netting, though. And they're just going to stop play for a second. Korean player looks injured. And it's Choi In-kyung, Danish-based player. Then look at her number 2, and she comes in to try and help, and I think they've got a blow on the stomach. You can see there, she runs across now. She'll come into the picture from the left-hand side. Oh, here we go again. Just missed it. Free throw. That's better. Woo Soon-hee manages to open up a good angle. You see how quickly the ball's coming out there. Haraldson just snatched the ball straight to the back of the goal, launched it down to the middle. Or Hammerseng would have had that going before two of the Korean players had even got back over the halfway line. Just simple breakthrough. It's Norway. Not much the goalkeeper could do about that. Yong-ran tried to come out and smother it. Oh, beat the goalkeeper, but bounced the ball too hard. An Chung-hwa. The line, yes, beautifully done. And that's the danger of a 0-6 defense, or 1-5 defense, you might say. And that's a 2-minute suspension. And off goes Woo Soon-young, who has the thankless task of marking the line player at the back. And when the ball gets to her, unless you've managed to cut the pass in the first place, you're always going to be in trouble. But Fafjord had already turned her. And there she is. So once again, Korea short-handed. Handling error again. Luckily, they've just managed to salvage it. Passive play is being warned. No way through again. Well, they don't shoot now. That's going to be it. And Norway have possession. Katja Nyberg staying on at the moment. Is she going to be substituted off? I wonder. Rigelhut waiting to come on, but Nyberg stays for the moment. Has she forgotten? Looks like it. Rigelhut is sat down again. Good save. It's gone out to the side, though. It's a throw-in, and finally Nyberg does change. Rigelhut is on. Bad pass. Oof. Off the post. Possession for Korea. They normally like a very fast game, but they're moving it up very slowly. Now, I don't know if they've just given up, really trying to push too hard, because the Norwegians evidently are expecting that, as all opponents of Korea do, and have been getting back very well to cover. It's off a defender, it's a corner, and there's the half-time break, so they'll have no chance to take it. So 16-12, the score at the half-time break. A rather lackluster performance, it has to be said, by Korea, compared to some of the performances they've put in. They've been, when they've been really good, they've been outstanding, Korea, including their victory over Hungary in the last match of the main round, 31-26 on that occasion. But equally, they can make very heavy weather of things. The Norwegians will go off feeling reasonably comfortable with things here. 4-goal lead, and they're definitely looking the sharper side. The Koreans are just lacking ideas and trail 12-16 at half-time here at the Palais Omnisport de Bercy in Paris in this third quarter-final in the World Championships to decide who will play Germany in the semi-final.
수비에서 만약에 볼을 잡았어. 안쪽으로 많이 나왔는데 끝까지
welcome back to the Palais Omnisport de Bercy here, half-time. Korea and Norway, the teams are out on court again. The Koreans trailing by 4. It's 16-12 to Norway at the moment, the European champions leading the Asian champions. They have been, I have to say, really seriously struggling, Korea. Most of their goals coming either on the fast break or from the penalty line. In the organised phase of play, they're just not there. So here we go. And they start short-handed, Korea, with a 2-minute suspension, just overrunning slightly into the second half, as you can see in the top right-hand side. Well, interesting. That's exactly what I was saying they needed earlier on. They're trying it here. Moon Pil-hee with a long-range effort. Doesn't come to much success, I'm afraid. Instead, at the other end, Snururgan. Nice driving move. Very physically strong team, the Norwegians. Really drive at the defences. Looking for the line, no way through. It's going to be a free throw. And Marit Breivik is going up to the side. She's calling some of the defenders to pull forwards a bit more. They were very flat on that last attack, rooted to the 6-metre line. I'm sure that's what she's saying. Come out a little bit more. Off 2 posts again and comes out. Possession given by the French referees to Norway. Up they come. Katja Nyberg is on the attack now, and she's taken too many steps. Oh, well, Haraldsen came out to try and cut what was she thought was going to be a long pass. Moon Pil-hee saw her step out of the goal and just launch the ball at full length. And shortly you'll see the goalkeeper appear. There she is, well out of a goal. She's about 10 metres out. Bit of a gamble. Paid off a couple of times so far in the game, but this time it didn't. Katja Nyberg went in on the line. There's no one near her, and she still managed to step back onto the 6-metre line and give possession back to Korea. Oof. Ball handling is just not quite there. I guess sometimes they're almost too fast for their own good. Trying to lob the goalkeeper, comes off the woodwork again. That was Kim Oh-na. It's for Hom-young. Nyberg's now drifted into the right-back position. Or Hammerseng running out of options. Passive play is being warned. Oh, they've broken through in the end. And it was Guril Norway. In. Deficit even bigger now. 5 goals for the Koreans. Oh, terrible pass again. What the coach must be thinking, Kim Jin-soo. It's just one of those days where you look at your players and they're struggling to string simple passes together. I'm afraid against a team of the strength of Norway, you just don't get away with that kind of lapse. Yes. Oh, overdid the lob, unfortunately, but what a great pass to her from Go Hammerseng. They slow it right down again. Afraid not particularly attractive. I'm not sure it's serving a purpose either for the Koreans. Passive plays being warned again, as so often in this game. Oh, and a misjudged bounce by Haraldsen. And the shot by Choi In-chong goes in. A mistake by the Norwegian goalkeeper. Still, though, the advantage for the Norwegians, 4 goals. It's gone well wide. Here come the Koreans. Oh, and again, Haraldsen. Slight mistake, slow on her feet. A bit of a break here for the Koreans, and they certainly need it. Expected the shot to be closer to the post, but completely misjudged it in the end, as you can see there. In fact, she was even looking to cover at a mid-height shot. 19-14. I beg your pardon, it should be 15-18. Yes, there we go. It's been corrected on the score. Or Hammerseng all the way through, proving absolutely lethal at the moment, the Norwegian captain. 6 goals from 7 attempts. All of them breaking through to 6 meters. It's difficult to get your jump shots in, obviously, because the Koreans are defending almost on the 9-meter line. So the move. Oh, yes. And again, they do all the hard work and they can't finish it off. It'll be a throw-in, though. Oh, Seong-ok, 35-year-old veteran of the national team. And a penalty. referee says, I couldn't give you the goal anyway. You'd landed inside before you shot the ball. Kim Ona disappointed, but they do have the 7-meter throw. It's a dummy. Let's see if they were right. Well, I don't think they were, to be honest. But it is a difficult one. If you don't call it, then they say, well, she had a chance at goal anyway. Looks like she's going to take the penalty herself. Hey, well, there's the advantage of standing a long way back for Haraldsson. You get more chance to react to the shot. I have to say, they're not the greatest of penalties. And her celebrations, thank you. 6-year-old Haraldsson, who plays for Viborg in Denmark, and that's the reaction afterwards from one of her teammates. It's Kim Ona's teammates, I mean. At the missed penalty, it just isn't going their way today. They trail by 4, 7 minutes into the second half. Nope, missed the connection there. That's good. Yes, nicely finished off. Karimette Johansson, 28-year-old from Larvik. Good defense by Norway at the moment. Koreans just not breaking through. They're going to have passive play again if they're not careful. Saved, and beautifully saved by Haraldsson, and the break is on. Oh, well taken by Karimette Johansson. Great finishing. Well, I have to say, Norway in a class of their own here today against the Koreans. We're just having one of those off days where, frankly, you couldn't look to any player in the Korean lineup right now and say they're pulling their weight. I guess it just happened. Good days and bad days, and this is certainly not one of Korea's best. Free throw. Timeout has been called by Kim Jin-soo from Korea. Trying to limit the damage here as they trail by 6. What can he do with his team? Gather them around, gets his little board out to show them the next moves.
다 떨어져 지금. 다 떨어지니까 쳐져 있어. 여기 뛴다. 여기 뛴다. 쳐져 있어. 그 다음에 준비하고 있고. 제쳐서 오면은 지금 따라오는 게 다 찬스야. 그러면 야 떨어졌는데 왜 안 들어가고 너 꺾여봐. 제쳐서
Well, Marit Breivik, not a lot to say to her players. It's all going to plan at the moment for the Norwegians. They've set the pace. The shot that came off too close and stayed out. But the Norwegians dictating the pace here. They haven't allowed the Koreans to up the tempo when they wanted to. And in any event, the Koreans are struggling with a lot of handling errors, and whether they're just getting tired at the end of what's been a busy, well, nearly 2 weeks now of competition. Especially with the intensity at which they play. Driving up very quickly. Meta Hervin back in play again in a collision. They seem to be okay. And Chung-Hwa was one of them. I'm afraid I have 2 players. There's the Norwegian is one of them. Seems to be okay. She gets back up to her feet. That's the Choi Im-chung. She's looking a lot less settled as she gets up, but she's staying on. Only 9 minutes played so far. 6-goal lead for Norway. Chancy pass there around the back of the defence. And then the kind of shot that Korea are just desperate to manage from their side. Snururgan showing that she has no ill effects in that last collision. This superbly placed shot in the top right-hand corner. And Oh Jong-ran at just 171 height-wise. Really struggles to cover the corners. And reach as much as you like unless you can really get her positioning her body in the right line and then jump. She's going to be beaten. 7 goals is the biggest lead so far in this match for Norway. Still the Koreans struggling to break through. They're resorting to trying to spin the ball to get around defenders now to pass it to each other. And passive play being warned as it has again and again. And this won't go down as a great classic, I'm afraid, of quarterfinals in the World Championship. Kim Jin-soo seeing his players really disintegrate before his eyes here, really. The performance just not there. It's always going to be a tough draw for the Koreans against a Norwegian side who are very much on form. Oh, terrible mistake by Snururgan. Gives a bit of a break to the Koreans. It's going to be a free throw to Korea. After the last defender trying to pass the ball back, having stepped inside the area. Couldn't quite stop her run in time. We're just past the 10-minute mark here in the second half. 22-15 to Norway. Woo Soon-hee unable to do that, and the follow-up by Hugh Soon-young, well blocked. Haraldsson, and nicely finished off at the other end, and that's the result of a great save by Haraldsson. As Kari Mette Johansen scores to make it 23-15 against Lee Min-hee, who's just taken over from Oh Jong-ran in the Korean goal. They're realizing that they simply can't break the defense down here. And a rather poor shot there. Haraldsson parries it away comfortably by Oh Seong-ok. They look tired, they look like they have no ideas at the moment, and it's just not connecting between the players. There's those great 2 saves by Haraldsson on the previous attack. Katja Nyberg drives in. Snururgan. Lost possession. Koreans bring it up. Their fast breaks haven't quite been working exactly as they wanted them so far. Oh, blocked. Crossover move. Long attacks by the Norwegians. Oh, dispossessed. Was it Katja Nyberg, in fact? And another save by Haraldsson. It's amazing. They haven't scored since the 5th minute. 8.5 minutes without scoring. Haraldsson has made some stunning saves, but the Koreans just can't break through. They've been pulled up again and again on passive play, and then those technical mistakes are just piling up. 48% save rate for Haraldsson. At this rate, then we'll know at least the composition of the first of the semi-finals. Penalty, and that's going to be a 2-minute suspension as well, I'm afraid. And she doesn't even look back to the referee, she knows it. Hugh Soon-young is off for the 2nd time. And scored by Gro Hammerseng, the captain. Seventh goal from 8 attempts for Hammerseng, who's having a decent rest at the moment. They can really turn the bench over now, the Norwegians. Oh, that's better. Kind of long-range shot we needed. It'll try and draw out the defence. Kim Oh-na, ironically, the shortest player in the Korean team, is the one who leads by example. It's the kind of play that will start to open up the Norwegian defence and give them a few more options. At the moment, because they're not shooting from the back, they're trying to break through, but Norway is solid at 6 metres. It's a rather stolid game, I'm afraid. Passive play being warned for the Norwegians now. Snorøgen tries the long-range shot. Goes wide. 15-minute mark just past then in the second half. 24-16. Norway are leading. Came off a defender, but Haraldsen managed to parry it at the end. Puts it back in play, and the Norwegians seem happy to slow things down. So Gro Hammerseng has come back in again. Now she's gone into the left-back position, and Breivang has gone in right-back. Breivang, who hasn't seen action since she got her second 2-minute suspension after just 8 minutes. Frafjord with so much space. Look at this. He could have driven a bus through that. Celebrations then for the 22-year-old, whose precocious talents were so good that she displaced the former captain Elisabeth Hilmo from the national team about a year and a half ago. Finally, good range being found, and once again it's Kim Oh-na, the 19-year-old from Hyeomjong, who's coming to life here. They needed someone to pick up the slack. They just conceded a 6-0 reverse before. Trying to force the ball into the line a little bit too much. Kim Oh-na and Woo Soon-hee now tied with 3 goals apiece, but Lee Sang-eun is the top scorer for Korea on 4 at the moment. 32-year-old who plays for Aarhus in Denmark, a veteran of Olympics in '96, 2000 and 2004. Oh. Well, Haraldsen seemed to back into her goal for some reason. Didn't stand her ground because the angle was quite closed. Should have been able to pick it up. But Jung Bok-hee manages to hammer the ball home. Second line player's gone in, and Norway using the opportunity, I think, now to try some different formulas, maybe for later in the competition. Snorøgen once again finds space. 26-18, and this is turning into something of a rout, I'm afraid, with still 12 minutes remaining. Korea have managed just 6 goals in 18 minutes, at one point conceding 6 without reply. For the line, that'll be a penalty. Defending inside there, and Frafjord is off. 2-minute suspension. Just a quick check to see if Kim Cha-yoon is okay. She's still down. See the incident again. Look at her on the line down the right. She goes to shoot. Did she just get her leg caught behind? That might be what it was. Yes. It's her left foot caught on Frafjord, and it just trailed behind. It twisted back. It wasn't actually Frafjord moving her foot at all, although she got sent for the push before that. But it just turned her ankle. She's up though. seems to be okay. The penalty to be taken by Lee Sang-yun. Oh, unlucky for Haraldsson, adopted the exact opposite of the last tactic when she sat back on the line, moved right up to 4 meters. And with Norway being short-handed, they try again this little move with the extra player going on. And this time they've put on Sørli Lübeck with a green bib on the ball now. She's going to go in on the line. Gives her further to run back to, mind you. But they tried for 30 seconds, as I said before. They don't try for very long. And then she goes off. Haraldsson only just back in her goal now. And beaten. That's a nice shot. Myung-bok Hee. Well, a good spell. 4-1 exchange so far. To be honest, it could very well be to do also with Norway trying out different combinations. They've done it again, and Lübeck is back on again with a green bib. Trying these moves for later. It's nice to see someone trying something a little bit different. You'd have to come off again if it doesn't work quickly. Passive play is being warned. Haraldsson goes in, they've lost possession. Better spell now by the Koreans, but have they left it too late? Free throw. Oh, that's good. Myung-bok Hee again. For 3 of the last 4 goals for Korea. They're back to within 5 goals. Myung-bok Hee. Three goals so far for her, 75% success rate. Great shot. Katja Nyberg launches a nice long-range effort. Look at this and how well placed it was. And Lee Min-hee just delayed reacting to it, and that was enough. Penalty. Meanwhile, at the other end, Moon Pil-hee is fouled.
L'équipe de France, elle est là. Ils sont très loin.
This time Haraldsson reverts back, just standing right back. Oh, and then rushes forward to the 4 meters. Makes no difference. Lee Sang-yun scores. Well, have Norway just taken their foot off the accelerator a little bit too early. Still have just over 8 minutes remaining in this quarter-final. Saved by Lee Min-hee. Any sense of urgency about this? Nothing, say the referees. Nyberg, Hammerseng. Taking their time, as ever. Breivang. Oh. Hammerseng takes almost the top of the netting out as she scores her 8th goal from 10 attempts. Brings her arm over the top of the defender. Free throw again. Oh. Haraldsson, annoyed with herself, misjudged the bounce. Still, they're within 5. were down 9 goals behind at one point at 24-15. Driving on the line, Bang puts it wide, but she's going to get a penalty, and there's a 2-minute suspension as well. And off goes Choi Im-kyung. That's the push that got her sent off. It's a penalty to be taken by Hammerseng. Well, he committed herself very early on, jumping in the air. And as she did, she was always going to struggle to get the balance she needed. The Norwegian bench celebrates. The score moves on to 29-23. For Hammerseng on her 9th goal. Free throw again. 6 minutes remaining in the quarter-final. And they're trying at least, but that goes wide. For the line, she's penalty, defending inside the area. Acknowledgement there from Young Bok-hee, who knew it. You can see her in the bottom of the picture. Not even a close call to make. So still Korea short-handed for another 40 seconds, but Gro Hammerseng comes up for what could be her 10th goal. It is. Straight off, she's swapping at the moment with Anette Johansson in defence. Rigelhut and Omot celebrating. It'll be a day's rest before the semi-finals on Saturday. Shot there going straight into Haraldsen. The break is on. They've got the extra player as Park Chung-hee tries to get back. Their quick response from Vang. Got there first, was her first goal. Just over 4 minutes remaining. 31-23 and the gap's reopening again. Yeah, and again. Karimette Johansson. You got a feel for the goalkeepers. Haraldsson for Norway is on 41% save rate. But Oh Young-rang, 16 shots, no saves, 0%, while Lee Min-hee is on 16%, with just 3 saves from 19 shots. The Korean goalkeepers have been absolutely peppered by a Norwegian team who seem to break through the Korean defence at will, and Kim Jin-soo reflecting on what might have been. These players certainly can play better than this. We know that. We've seen it during the last 2 weeks here in France. But today they have completely misfired, and the European champions Norway have just trampled all over them. Pass wasn't good enough, unfortunately, for the winger, but it works out rather nicely for Guril. Snarøgan, the 22-year-old, plays for Biasen. Snarøgan, who's now on 7 goals scored. Penalty's been given. See the action again there. The pulling and shoving going on with Anette Johansson. So to change a goalkeeper. Out comes Haraldsen and in goes Therese Pedersen, 27-year-old who plays for Randers in Denmark. Unusually for a goalkeeper in shorts. And she saves. Well, might be her only contribution, but, well, she's told she can stay on. She runs back to the bench, but Marit Breivik sends her back. Looks like she'll get the last couple of minutes play here. As Norway edge on towards the semi-final against Germany. Oh, showboating now. And a little Kempe trick for Katja Nubert to finish off. Lobbing the ball in the air from the wing there for another player to catch and shoot before she lands. And superbly executed, kind of thing the Koreans sometimes do. But at the moment they're struggling just with the normal passes. Another good save by Pedersen. Intercepted and back come Korea. There's just no oomph, I'm afraid, in the Korean machine. Into the last minute here in this quarter-final, which so far has probably been, sadly, I have to say, the least entertaining, at least from an excitement point of view, although Norway has certainly given a great display on how to handle a match, especially when the other team's misfiring. Norway have been strong in defence, which is where the Koreans just couldn't break through in this game, and they've played a very good, quick game, working in behind the defence. This 0-6 or 1-5 defence by the Koreans exploited it well, and the Koreans just lost heart very early on. Snurøngen scores her 8th goal, the second top scorer now in the match behind Gro Hammerseng, with 15 seconds remaining. There's still time for another goal here. 10 seconds. Try a straight shot, and it looks like Pedersen will keep a clean sheet for her 2.5 minutes and maybe score. No, that goes out. And there it is. So Norway become the 3rd team to qualify for the semi-finals. They'll be up against Germany, while Russia, who came through from the 2nd quarter-final against Hungary, they'll have to wait. That quarter-final comes up next between France and Romania. Celebrations for Norway. This was potentially a tricky match if Korea had played at their best, but they smothered them early on. Great defending, got in behind them in the attack, and the 0-6 or 1-5 defense simply didn't work for the Koreans today. They couldn't quite control it. The Norwegians so strong, and with good, strong line players as well. There was a good, complete effort from all of them. And the Norwegians will now look forward to a semi-final and potentially adding a World Championship title, who knows, to the European title already. For the Koreans, well, it's not even as if they just failed, it just completely misfired on them. And there's confirmation, a 9-goal win for Norway, 35-24 in this 3rd quarter-final at the Palais Omnisport de Bercy in Paris. So, not surprisingly, Hammerseng with 10 goals gets the Player of the Match award, leads the players in the traditional handshake with the opponents. So we have 3 semi-finalists, but the big one is still to come. The crowd here on their feet, cheering the Norwegians. But they've already seen a snippet of the French team appearing. They were watching the game from the side, and a big cheer went up when they came in. They're next up against Romania. Should be an interesting match. But for Kim Jin-soo, the Korean trainer, it just wasn't his team's day, and I'm not sure there was a lot he could do about it. When the connection just doesn't work for the team, you're always going to be struggling. This is certainly the biggest margin of all the quarterfinals so far. And I would have to hope that the next quarterfinal won't see the biggest, such a big difference. Marit Breivik congratulates Kari-Mette Johansen and Breivik. Breivik didn't get to play a lot today after getting 2 2-minute suspensions. Didn't want to risk her too much. And the Koreans go off disconsolate. They know they haven't given their best show here today. But all credit, at least they got through to the quarterfinals. But their inconsistent form caught up with them here. Let's have a look then at the statistics. 53% success rate for the Norwegians on their attack, 36% for Korea. Very poor today. They did score 7 fast breaks from 9. Norway scored all 9 of theirs, though. And on the field throws, look at that, 70% for Norway, 38% only for Korea. Just not good enough. And to add to that, a couple of missed penalties for the Koreans as well, while the Norwegians scored all 5 of theirs. I'm afraid statistics which you just can't support. And look at that huge void early on in this second half when the Koreans didn't score for effectively 8.5 minutes, a killer blow from which they never recovered. This is where Norway's shots went in. 9 fast breaks, 5 penalties, and the rest of the action mostly going down the middle and coming in from the left-back position, where they are strongest, of course. Whilst the Koreans, 7 fast breaks, 4 7-meter throws. Otherwise, everything else went down the middle. No wing shot success, it says. That's maybe unfair. I think Woo Soon-hee had more success than that. Here's the top scorers then. Hammerseng with 10. Snorøgen with 8, the best of the Norwegians, while Lee Sang-yun was the best of the Koreans with 6, and still ends up on the losing side. Well, let's have a look then at some of the best moments from this quarter-final.